Well, hey, Fusion students and Fusion parents. So, wanted to shoot this video and just as kind of an update slash reminder for Strength to Stand Youth Conference coming up before we know it in December. And the first thing I want to mention about Strength to Stand is a bit of an update. Well, not really an update, but more of a miscommunication on my part. And that is that Strength to Stand is actually the 28th through the 30th, which is a Sunday through Tuesday, which is different this year than we've ever had in the past. And so I was thinking it would be Saturday through Monday as always. So up until this point, it's been promoted as 27th through the 29th, Saturday through Monday. But that is incorrect. It is actually December 28th through the 30th, Sunday through Tuesday. Now, again, students still on their winter break during those times, so shouldn't make much of a difference there. But I did have that date and days of the week just one off. So Strength to Stand this year, December 28th through the 30th, Sunday through Tuesday. And with that, just want to give you all the reminder that if you students have not gotten signed up for Strength to Stand, this week is the time to do so, because we are 1 week away from our due date for the sign up and the $50 deposit, which is $50 of this $160 total per student. Now, again, as I've been reminding everyone, if you're involved in the bowling ticket fundraiser earlier this year, that amount that bowling tickets you sold will come off as soon as you sign up, as soon as I see you sign up. As well as if you were a part of the cornhole fundraiser, we were able to get $40 off of everyone's cost who was involved in there for the tournament to kind of work and run the show that day. So reminder on those two fundraisers, students, if you're a part of those, you will have money coming off your cost as soon as you get signed up. So please make sure you do so sooner rather than later. Again, need that $50 deposit in so I can make sure to register us for Strength to Stand. And again, then that the rest of that cost of that $160 after your deposit, after fundraising have been taken off your cost, if anything, whatever is left will be owed in, I think I have it down as November 5th. And so keep that in mind that's coming up as well, to get it totally paid. But before all that is you got to get signed up. So right above me is the fusionyouth.info. Right here, again, just type that into your URL and it'll bring you to the Fusion Hub. And then you just got to look over here for this picture, this graphic, click on it, and that'll get you to the Strength to Stand sign up. Now, if you're getting this and you're like, honestly, I don't know what Strength to Stand is. It is a 3-day, wonderful, life-changing conference for these students to go to, again, in December. And it is absolutely amazing experience getting to see many speakers and Christian artists that are popular today, of course, being led in worship by the Strength to Stand worship band. But with that said, is they have actually dropped the lineup for this year. And it is as follows. Got this cool little graphic down over here where we're going to be hearing from Scott Dawson, of course, who is kind of the founder of Strength to Stand, Ed Newton, Gerald Fadayomi, and as well as Tom Richer will be our speakers for this conference. And we're going to get to see Chris Tomlin, Chandler Moore, and Holvey all in concert as well. So really awesome speakers and artists that we're going to get to see to be able to worship with and have a great time doing that. And the theme for this year is actually what they're calling At the Altar. And how STS has explained this as At the Altar speaks directly to challenges students face today with a culture that often promotes self-interest, personal success, instant gratification, all of these things. Rather, in contrast, the altar represents a place of surrender. Where we lay down our sins, where we lay down our distractions, where we lay down our personal ambitions, and the thought of pursuing something greater. which is God's purpose of our lives. And so, in a world pulling us in every direction, we seek to call a generation back to a place of devotion and sacrifice. Just as Jesus gave himself fully for us, at the altar is a call to live with intentional faith, offering our whole lives to God, not just in moments of worship, but in how we live every day, choosing Him over the noise of the world. We want to be a generation that lives at the altar. And so that is really their main theme of where these speakers are going to be around, and what message they'll be bringing to the table. And so hopefully that excites you to hear about that theme and this amazing lineup that we'll get to see this year. But most importantly, above all else, is got to get signed up. 1 week away, September 10th is the due date for that deposit and sign up. So please, please, please reach out with any questions whatsoever. Again, don't let finances be any kind of hindrance, as I can even try to find some back end help even further than those fundraisers that we did if needed. So please reach out with any questions, concerns, anything of that sort, as if it was up to me, I'd like to send every one of our students for free if I could. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So again, sign up by next week, even tonight, sooner rather than later, for Strength to Stand this year, which is, again, December 28th through the 30th, Sunday through Tuesday. And that will be great. Reach out with anything you got. Other than that, ready for Strength to Stand, and I hope you are too.